Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today is Tuesday, and today I want to answer a question I received recently about women's hair loss, that women, sometimes have issues where suddenly they notice that their hair is falling out or it's thinning out, and what can they do? And a lot of times this happens either when someone has a change of diet, a change of lifestyle, or there's some sort of imbalance in their body. So I want to kind of talk about that and maybe give you a few little tricks and a few things to think about if you're one of these people going through this. It's something that's actually quite common, okay? And I don't only see it with people in raw foods. I've seen it with many people that are, have gone on to changing their diet. Maybe they go on to like a high protein diet, like Atkins diet. Seen it when people go on a South Beach diet. A lot of times it might be the change of lifestyle and change of food, things like that, that suddenly cause the hair to fall out, okay? It happens to people going on a raw food diet as well, okay? And there's many reasons for it, and I kind of want to just sort of educate you about what might be the cause, and you can see if maybe this is something that resonates with you or something that might be going on with you. Now, what I've noticed is that it can be a lifestyle change, okay? It can be from changing your diet from one thing to another, and the body has to adjust, and sometimes women, their hair starts falling out, okay? But it also can be a symptom of another problem, and that's what I see a lot, is that it can be a hormone issue where there's imbalances of hormones, and so body is either not able to grow hair properly, or it's falling out. And it can also be issues of malnutrition, which comes from not being able to absorb the nutrients from the food you're eating, or not eating a balanced diet, okay? So someone that is maybe on a very restrictive diet, or on a diet where they've cut out certain food groups, things like that, and suddenly the body is going through malnourishment pretty much, and therefore the hair starts falling out. And it can also be too that someone has issues where their digestive system's not working properly, and they're not getting the adequate amount of vitamins and minerals and fats from their food because their body's not even able to digest it, and suddenly the hair starts falling out. So pretty much in general, when someone's hair is falling out, that is a symptom that there's something not right. There's something not working properly, or there's something missing. Okay, it's not a good symptom. And also, I just want to mention too, men go through hair loss as well, and it could also be one of these reasons. But men's issue with their hair loss is a lot of times it is hormonal, and it's a little bit different from women. Okay, but one thing too, I guess we'll talk about the hormones first, is that if it's a hormonal issue, it might be something that comes in waves. And some people see it where they might notice that it actually has to do with their menstrual cycle, that half the month their hair is fine, and then the other half of the month they start noticing that their hair is falling out. That it's not like it's constantly coming out, but it comes in waves. And therefore you kind of know it's more of a hormone thing. And what's important to ensure that your body is producing adequate amount of hormones and the right hormones that you need is to actually be eating enough fats. I find that a lot of people that suffer the most with having hormone imbalances and issues are not getting good fats in their diet, or enough of it, and sometimes their body's just not absorbing it properly, that even if they're having it, they're having issues. So the main thing is that I don't know, I just see it a lot where people run into issues when they're on a really low-fat diet, and just increasing the fats just a little bit can make a huge difference. So if you're noticing that your hair is dry and it's falling out, or it's breaking a lot, then definitely increase the healthy fats. And when I talk about healthy fats, I mean increasing, like having avocado, having coconut meat, having different oils like olive oil or flaxseed oil or hemp seed oil, or having nuts and seeds, things like that. Really just getting a variety of different fats in the diet, because it is important. And it doesn't mean that you're supposed to go on like a full-on, fat bender, but it means just to increase it a little bit to see if it actually makes a difference. And for a lot of people, it makes a huge difference. And they notice it in the quality of their skin and in their hair, you know, even the shininess of their hair, everything, you know, it's just, they're no longer dull, you know, so something to try. Now, if it's a malabsorption issue or, you know, a lack of nutrition issue, then that's something too to be considering is, you know, asking yourself, am I eating enough? Am I getting enough nutrition? And maybe you're also eating foods that are allergenic, okay? And these foods can be like eating wheat gluten or dairy products or soy products or corn. These things a lot of people are allergic to, and what ends up happening is that if you have an allergy to a food, your body, your small intestine, things are getting damaged from these allergenic foods, and therefore you're not able to absorb the nutrition. So if that's an issue, then if you're not getting the nutrition, then your hair is going to start falling out and you're going to have other issues. So try and see, you know, either get tested to see if you have an allergy, or the easiest way is just to cut those allergenic foods out for a while and see what happens. Now, it also could be too that some people go on to like a raw food diet, and 100% raw food diet, and suddenly they notice their hair is falling out and they're like, what is it? You know, I'm not eating allergenic food, and why am I having this issue? And someone had wrote to me recently that they got on to raw foods, everything was great, but the hair started falling out, and they noticed that whenever they had Ezekiel bread, okay, which is not a raw bread, it's a sprouted grains, whole grains that are sprouted, that's made into a bread, it's very healthy, that whenever they would have that once in a while, the hair would stop falling out. And they're like, what do I do? Well, right there it's just showing that maybe, you know, some people, their digestive system's not strong enough sometimes to be getting all the nutrition out of raw fruits and vegetables, and especially the vegetables, because vegetables are what has all the minerals and the greens. And there's ways of making it easier by having like green juices and having green smoothies, things like that, where it's broken down, that it's easier for your body to absorb the nutrition. So you can go that way. Like I would suggest if someone's on a raw food diet and they notice that their hair is falling out, to really get into having green juices and having wheatgrass and having sea vegetables. These foods are full of minerals. And still, if there's still an issue, then having things that are cooked, it's all right if you're noticing a difference. Like, I don't, you know, it's funny to me that like, you know, someone is on raw foods and they're having issues, but then they notice that if they have a few healthy cooked foods, it makes a huge difference. Then why are they cutting those healthy cooked foods out? I don't understand, you know, because cooked foods are not poison. And the thing is that sometimes people's digestive system or how their body's working is compromised, that they need these cooked foods that are easier to break down and maybe easier for them to absorb the nutrition from them. So if you notice by having, you know, some, you know, Ezekiel bread that's making a difference, then by all means incorporate that in your diet. And some people notice that by adding in some cooked root vegetables or steamed vegetables, it makes a huge difference. So that's things to consider. But I stress really the importance of bringing in green juices and wheatgrass and sea vegetables, really to bring up the minerals in the body. It's a great way of doing it. And, you know, listen to your body, you know, like, if this is a huge issue for you where you're losing your hair, keep track of, like, you know, what are you eating every day? Keep a food journal and see, like, you know, is one day worse than another day? Some weeks better than others? Keep track of it and see, like, what are some of the things that are contributing to the problem. Stress is also a huge part of it, okay? So if someone is stressed out, worried a lot, or you have a stressful job, or a lot going on in the family, things like that, that will contribute to hair loss. So that's another thing to consider is, you know, if there's a feeling of a lot of stress and being overwhelmed, then you have to find ways of bringing things down a notch in order to, you know, for your health, because your body's pretty much like crying out, like, you know, we need to slow down or else. And I would also suggest too, my last thing I would suggest definitely is to make sure that you're getting enough vitamin D, because that too can be a symptom of a deficiency. It's your hair falling out with a vitamin D deficiency, so I would suggest having a D3 vitamin. and taking that daily, especially anyone that's living in North America or Europe. Anywhere above the equator, most people have a vitamin D3 deficiency, so that's something to consider as well. Alright, so those are my tips for today, and I'm wishing you guys a fabulous day. And all of you have been asking for, like, you know, some footage of Bali. I will be getting some videos going about Bali and showing you guys. I've been sick, I've been indoors, and it's also rainy season. It's a little difficult here and there. So I will get something together though for you. Alright, so I will see you tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. Bye.